I used to believe happiness was quiet. Do you ever stop smiling like that? Ethan asked, laughing as he adjusted his tie in the mirror. I'm just happy, I said. Is that wrong? He walked over and kissed my forehead.
No.
It's simple. That's what I like about you.
Simple.
I wore that word like a badge. That morning, I stood in the kitchen holding 2 cups of coffee, already late for work because I wanted to make his favorite breakfast. You didn't have to do this, Ethan said, but he still sat down. I wanted to, I replied. Your meeting is important. He smiled. Everything I'm doing is for us, Ivy. Those words stayed with me all day. At lunch, my mother called. Are you eating properly? I am. I lied gently. You sound tired. I'm fine, Mom. Planning a wedding does that. She hesitated. You give too much of yourself. I laughed. That's what love is, isn't it? I just don't want you to forget yourself. I won't. I promised too easily. That evening, Luna came over, carrying excitement like perfume. So, she said, dropping onto my couch, have you picked the dress yet? Not yet. She grinned. I can't wait to see you walk down the aisle. You're glowing lately. Am I? I asked. Completely, she said. Ethan is lucky. I trusted her without thinking. Later, Ethan joined us. Luna, you're staying for dinner? Only if Ivy cooked, she teased. I did, I said, smiling. See? Ethan laughed. She lives for this. I didn't hear the warning in his voice. I thought it was affection. After Luna left, Ethan sat beside me. Once my promotion comes through, things will be easier. I know, I said. I can wait. You always do. I rested my head on his shoulder. That's what partners do. He went quiet. I filled the silence for him. I don't need much, I said. Just you. He squeezed my hand. You're perfect. Before bed, I checked our savings, my name missing from future plans. I told myself it didn't matter. I whispered, as long as he's happy. That night, my mother's words echoed faintly, but Luna's laughter drowned them out. Ethan slept peacefully, while I planned a future shaped around his dreams. I believed loyalty was enough. I believed love meant bending without breaking. I believed sacrifice was proof of devotion. And at that moment, lying beside the man I trusted most, I truly believed the life I was building was mine, that I wasn't supposed to hear anything. I told you to be careful, Luna whispered. I stopped walking. I am careful, Ethan replied. She trusts me. My chest tightened. I stayed still, hidden by the hallway wall. She trusts you because she's naive, Luna said softly, then laughed. It makes this easy. My hands started shaking. Don't say it like that, Ethan muttered. Why not? Luna asked. You said it yourself. She's predictable.
Kind.
Always waiting. I pressed my palm to my mouth. I didn't mean it like that, he said, but he didn't sound angry. So, what did you mean? Luna asked. You've been lying to her for months. Months. She wouldn't understand, Ethan said. She builds her whole life around me. That kind of devotion is heavy. Heavy. Ivy cooks for you, plans for you, sacrifices for you, Luna said. And you call that heavy? I didn't ask for it, he snapped. My knees felt weak. You accepted it, Luna replied. You let her give and give. I needed stability, Ethan said. You know that. And I give you excitement, Luna whispered. Silence followed. I imagined their faces close. I imagined hands touching. So what now? Luna asked. Nothing changes, Ethan said. Not yet. Not until when? She pressed. Until I'm ready, he answered. Until my career is secure. And she's just there? Luna asked. She's convenient, he said quietly. That word broke something inside me. I stepped forward. Am I interrupting? They both turned. Luna didn't flinch. Ethan went pale. How long have you been standing there? He asked. Long enough, I said. My voice didn't sound like mine. Luna smiled. You weren't supposed to hear that. So it's true, I said. All of it. Ethan opened his mouth, then closed it. That silence, I said, nodding slowly, is worse than a lie. Ivy, he said, this isn't. Don't, I interrupted. Don't explain me into stupidity. Luna crossed her arms. If you're going to cry, do it somewhere else. I looked at her. How long? She tilted her head. Does it matter? How long? I repeated. Since before the engagement, she said calmly. I laughed once, sharp and empty. You stood beside me. And you let me, she replied. I turned to Ethan. You planned this. He looked down. So that's it, I said. No apology? I didn't want to hurt you, he whispered. But you did, I said. Every day. Luna stepped closer to him. You should go, Ivy. I nodded. I will. I walked past them. My legs moved even though my heart stayed behind. Ethan didn't follow. No one called my name. Outside, the night air burned my lungs. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just stood there, realizing something had ended. That betrayal wasn't loud. It was quiet, and it shattered everything I was. Everyone knew before I was ready. I heard about Ethan, a coworker whispered as I walked into the office. I pretended not to hear. Another voice followed. So, he really left her for Luna? I kept my eyes on my desk. She looks calm, someone said. I wouldn't be. My hands shook as I logged in. The screen blurred. At lunch, no one sat with me. Pity hung heavier than silence. Later, Ethan called. We should talk. I met him outside the building. You shouldn't avoid work, he said gently. People will talk. They already are, I replied. He sighed. I didn't plan for this to be messy. You planned everything else, I said. I chose Luna, he said. I won't hide it. Those words felt rehearsed. So, I'm supposed to disappear? I asked. No, he said quickly. Just move on gracefully. Gracefully. That's your advice? I asked. You're strong, he said. You'll be fine. I laughed under my breath. You sound relieved. He looked uncomfortable. I never wanted to hurt you. You did, I said. Publicly. Luna appeared behind him. I'm sorry, Ivy. Her eyes were dry. I didn't mean for things to happen like this, she added. But they did, I said. And you stayed. She lowered her head. I feel awful. Do you? I asked. She didn't answer. At home, my phone buzzed nonstop. Are you okay? You deserve better. I always knew he wasn't right. Each message felt like a reminder that I'd been blind. That evening, I overheard laughter downstairs. Neighbors talking. She gave everything for him. Poor girl. I locked my door. I sat on the floor, staring at my shaking hands. Get up, I told myself. Be normal. But my body refused. I called my mother. Mom, sweetheart, she said softly. I heard. I'm fine. I lied. You don't sound fine. I don't know how to do this, I whispered. You don't have to be strong tonight, she said. After the call, the room felt too quiet. I replayed every smile, every sacrifice. I was enough, I said aloud. The words echoed back, empty. I slid down against the bed. My chest hurt. I don't want to die, I whispered into the darkness. Tears finally came. But I don't want this life either. No one answered. That was when I understood. No rescue was coming. No apology would fix this. I was alone with the humiliation, the whispers, and the truth. Love hadn't just left me. It had turned me into something small. And I didn't know how to stand up again, that I woke up to silence. Open your eyes, my mother said softly. I blinked. The ceiling looked unfamiliar. You scared me, she whispered. You collapsed. I know, I said. My voice sounded distant. Even to me. The doctor spoke, but I barely listened. Stress. Exhaustion. Emotional shock. Words without weight. When we were alone, my mother held my hand. You cried in your sleep. I don't remember, I said honestly. She searched my face. How do you feel? I waited for pain. It didn't come. Clear, I replied. That's not normal, she said carefully. Nothing about my life was normal, I said. She flinched. Ivy, you don't have to pretend.
I'm not, I said.
I'm just awake. She sat down. You loved him. I did, I answered. I don't anymore. That doesn't disappear overnight. I know, I said. But something else did. What? She asked. The part of me that begged. I said. The part that waited. She touched my cheek. You don't have to be strong. I'm not trying to be, I replied. I just don't feel weak. She stayed quiet. Later, when she left to get water, I stared at my reflection in the dark screen of my phone. You look the same, I said to myself. But I wasn't. I remembered crying on the floor, shaking, breaking. That girl felt like a stranger. I won't do that again, I whispered. My mother returned. Ethan called. I didn't react. He said he's worried. That's new, I said. She frowned. Do you want to talk to him? No, I replied. Luna sent messages, she added carefully. Delete them, I said. She paused. You're sure? I'm sure.
She studied me.
You're scaring me a little. I scared myself before, I said. This is calmer. She took my hand again. What are you going to do now? I exhaled slowly. I won't chase revenge. She looked surprised. I won't scream. I continued. I won't explain. I won't prove my pain. Then how will you heal? She asked. I'll rise, I said quietly. Above them? Away from them, I corrected. She smiled sadly. That takes strength. It takes clarity, I said. That night, alone again, I tested myself. I thought of Ethan. Nothing burned. I thought of Luna. Nothing broke. I don't need closure from them, I said aloud. I need control of myself. I sat up straighter. I gave too much, I admitted. Now I'll keep what's mine. The room felt still, not empty. I won't be loud, I said. I won't be cruel. I lay back down, heart steady. I'll be powerful, I whispered. And for the first time since everything fell apart, I didn't feel reborn by fate. I chose it myself. I met Ethan in a quiet cafe. You don't have to look so serious, he said, tapping the table. We're just talking. I placed the ring between us. I'm returning this.
He stared at it.
You're being dramatic. No, I said. I'm being finished. He sighed. You'll regret acting like this. I already regretted staying, I replied. He pushed the ring back.
Keep it.
It doesn't change anything. That's exactly why I'm leaving it, I said. He frowned. You're acting cold. I learned from you, I answered. I expected anger, he said. Not silence. You don't get what you expect anymore, I replied. He leaned back. You think this hurts me? I stood. I don't care. That annoyed him. Don't make this harder than it needs to be, he said. I'm making it clean, I replied. I walked out without waiting. At work, my manager looked surprised. You're resigning? Yes, I said. You have stability here. I have a ceiling, I replied. She studied me. You're sure? I am, I said. She nodded slowly. Good luck. I packed my desk while whispers followed. She's quitting. After everything? I didn't respond. Outside, my phone buzzed. Luna's name flashed. I ignored it. Later that day, I sat across from a woman with sharp eyes. I'm Sophia Lynn, she said. Why should I hire you? Because I work, I replied. Not because I need saving. She raised an eyebrow. You don't sound desperate. I'm not, I said. She leaned forward. What do you want? Growth, I answered. Not comfort. She smiled slightly. You won't get sympathy here. I don't want it, I said. Good, she replied. You start Monday. I exhaled after I left. At home, my mother asked, Did you talk to him? I returned the ring, I said. She searched my face. Did it hurt? No, I replied. It clarified. She hugged me. People will think you lost everything. I shook my head. I walked away. That night, I turned my phone off. Silence wrapped around me like armor. I replayed his irritation, not regret. That's enough, I told myself. I wasn't angry. I wasn't sad. I was done explaining, done proving, done waiting. People thought I had been abandoned. They didn't see me stepping away from a game rigged against me. I didn't flip the table. I didn't announce revenge. I simply stood up. I don't need noise, I whispered. I need direction. The board was still there. I just wasn't on it anymore. And for the first time that felt like freedom, Sophia didn't smile when I arrived early. You're 10 minutes ahead, she said, glancing at her watch. I don't like being late, I replied.
Good, she said.
Sit. She slid a file toward me. Tell me what you see. Problems, I said. And solutions no one wants to say out loud. She nodded. Say them anyway. I won't apologize for being clear, I added. Then you'll survive here, she replied. Days blurred into sharp conversations. Don't explain yourself, Sophia said one afternoon. State your decision. What if they disagree?
I asked.
Let them, she said. Power doesn't beg for approval. I remembered how I used to soften every sentence. I understand, I said quietly. You don't need to be liked, she continued. You need to be effective. I was liked before, I said. And look where that got you, she replied without cruelty. I worked harder than I ever had. Your report is clean, Sophia said later. No emotional padding. I removed it, I said. It wasn't necessary.
She studied me.
You're learning. One evening, as I left the building, a familiar voice called my name. Ivy. I turned. Daniel. He smiled gently. You look steady. I feel steady, I said. Can I walk you? He asked. Yes, I replied. We walked in silence first. I heard what happened, he said. I won't ask questions. Thank you, I said. I'm here if you need coffee, he added. Or quiet. I smiled. Quiet sounds perfect. He didn't push. At work, my name started carrying weight. Ask Ivy, someone said in a meeting. I spoke once. People listened. Afterward, Sophia said, that's respect. It feels strange, I admitted. Get used to it, she replied. Weeks passed. Daniel never asked me to explain my pain. Sophia never softened her expectations. Both made me stronger. One night, my mother called. You sound different. I am, I said. Are you happy? She asked. I'm solid, I replied. She laughed softly. That's better. I stood in my apartment later, reviewing numbers instead of memories. I don't miss him, I said aloud. I didn't miss the waiting. I didn't miss the shrinking. Power felt nothing like love. Love made me bleed quietly. Power made me stand without shaking. Sophia said once, they can't hurt what they can't reach. I understood that now. Daniel said, you don't owe anyone your story. I kept it. At my desk the next morning, Sophia stopped by. You're becoming untouchable, she said. Is that good? I asked. It's necessary, she replied. I watched my reflection in the glass. I don't need to be saved, I whispered. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't announce my strength. I built it. Piece by piece. Boundary by boundary. And for the first time, when I walked into a room, I wasn't hoping to be chosen. I already was. When people lower their voices, I know my name is near. Did you hear about Ethan? Someone asked near the elevator. I kept walking. He missed the deadline, another voice replied. Big one. That's not like him. Apparently it is now. I didn't turn around. At lunch, a colleague leaned toward me. You're handling things well. Things, I asked. She hesitated. Everything. I'm working, I said. That's obvious, she replied. He isn't. Later, Sophia called me into her office. You didn't hear this from me, she said, but your former company is scrambling. I'm not surprised, I replied. She watched my face. No reaction? I don't react to noise, I said. She smiled faintly. Good answer. That evening, my phone buzzed. Daniel's message read, Coffee? I replied, yes. At the cafe, he said quietly, People are talking. They always do, I said. He's making mistakes, Daniel added. Public ones. I stirred my cup. That happens. And Luna, he asked. I don't ask about her, I replied. She's asking about you, he said. That's unfortunate, I answered. Daniel studied me. You're different. I'm lighter, I said. A familiar laugh drifted from behind me. Ivy. I turned. Luna stood there, smiling too hard. You look well, she said. So do you, I replied. Her eyes flicked to Daniel. Are you busy? Yes, I said calmly. She nodded. Ethan's been stressed. That's his concern, I replied. Her smile faltered. He talks about you. I don't listen, I said. Silence stretched. Well, she said, take care. You too, I replied. She walked away quickly. Daniel exhaled. That was uncomfortable. For her, I said. A week later, I ran into Victor Hale in the lobby. You're Ivy Carter, he said. Yes, I replied. I've watched you in meetings, he continued. You don't flinch. I prepare, I said. He nodded. Composure is rare. So is opportunity, I replied. He smiled. We should talk. As he left, Sophia whispered, that matters. I know, I said. That night my mother called. I heard Ethan resigned. I hope he finds peace, I said. She paused. Do you feel vindicated? No, I replied. I feel finished. I stood by the window, city light steady. Karma didn't announce itself. It whispered through missed calls, tight smiles, and nervous laughter. I smiled softly, surprising myself. Not because I was happy, because I was free. I walked home slowly, letting the night stay quiet around me. Enjoy it, I told myself. At work the next morning, a junior analyst said, your numbers saved us. Do better next time, I replied. He nodded, relieved. Sophia later said, they trust you. They should, I answered. She laughed once. That confidence fits. During another meeting, someone mentioned Ethan's name, then stopped. You can finish, I said. They didn't. That told me enough. Daniel texted again. You okay? I'm steady, I wrote. He replied, that's stronger. I closed my phone. I didn't need updates. I didn't need revenge. I needed space to keep growing. Power moved quietly, like breath. Love had been loud. I chose the quiet. I thought of the girl I had been. She would be proud, I said. No bitterness rose. Only distance. And distance felt safe. I breathed once, deeply, and let the past stay behind me. Tomorrow would come without ghosts. And I would meet it ready. No apologies. No explanations. Just forward. I smiled again, small but real, and kept walking. The whispers faded behind me. I didn't look back this time. Nothing there belonged to me anymore. I chose the future in silence. And it chose me back. Finally, now that I didn't expect to see Ethan in the lobby. Ivy, he said, stepping into my path. I stopped. Ethan. You look different, he said. I am, I replied. He smiled like it meant something. You always wore that color well. That was years ago, I said. He laughed softly. You remember. I remember facts, I replied. Not feelings. That confused him. Can we talk? He asked. We're talking, I said. He lowered his voice. I miss how simple things were. They were simple for you, I said. That's not fair, he replied. I'm not here to be fair, I said. He glanced around. You're doing well. I do my job, I replied. You used to ask about my day, he said. I stopped asking questions that hurt me, I replied. His jaw tightened. You don't have to be cold. I'm not cold, I said. I'm done. He stepped closer. We had plans. I had sacrifices, I replied. From the corner of my eye, I saw Luna near the elevators. She wasn't smiling. Ethan followed my gaze. She knows I'm talking to you. That's not my concern, I said. She's insecure lately, he added quickly. I'm not responsible for that, I replied. He sighed. You used to care. I used to bleed, I said. He flinched. I made mistakes. Yes, I said. Repeated ones. I didn't know you'd change like this, he said. Neither did I replied. Luna pretended to check her phone, watching us. Ethan said quietly, "Do you ever miss me?" I waited. Nothing stirred. "No," I answered honestly. That silence scared him. "You don't even look angry," he said. "I spent all my anger already," I replied. He rubbed his hands together. "We could start over." I shook my head. "I don't revisit ruins." "That's harsh," he said. "It's clear," I replied. Luna took a step closer. "Ivy," she said, forcing a smile. "It's good to see you." I nodded. "You too." She glanced at Ethan. "Are you finished?" "I am," I said. Ethan looked between us. "I just wanted to check on her." "You did," I replied. "Now let me pass." He moved aside slowly. As I walked away, I felt nothing chase me. No regret. No ache. Just space. Behind me, I heard Luna whisper, "Why do you look at her like that?" "I didn't know she'd become this," Ethan replied. I didn't turn around. At my desk later, Sophia asked, "Everything okay?" "Yes," I said. She studied me. "You look untouched." "I am," I replied. Daniel texted, "Saw Ethan today." "I know," I typed back. "How do you feel?" he asked. "Unmoved," I replied. He sent a single word, "Good." That evening, I replayed the moment. Not his face. Not her glare. My calm. "I didn't win," I said softly. "I outgrew." I realized something then. Indifference wasn't emptiness. It was strength. They wanted reaction. They got reflection. I didn't confront. I didn't explain. I let them see what they lost without saying a word. That was enough. I closed my eyes and smiled faintly. Not for them. For me. The past had finally caught up to the present, and it couldn't touch me anymore. I didn't hear it from gossip first. "Ivy," Mark Evans said, stopping me after a meeting, "do you have a minute?" "Yes," I replied. He looked uncomfortable. "I owe you honesty." "You don't owe me anything," I said. He exhaled. Ethan cut corners. Blamed others. It finally surfaced. "I see," I replied. "He tried to pin it on junior staff," Mark added. "That failed." I nodded once. Truth usually resists shortcuts. Mark hesitated. I didn't defend him. "I didn't expect you to," I said. "He keeps calling," Mark continued, "asking me to fix it." "You can't," I replied. "No," he agreed. "I won't." That was the last time I spoke about Ethan at work. Later, whispers reached me anyway. His contract was terminated. Too many complaints. Leadership lost trust. I didn't react. At lunch, Daniel sat across from me. "It's bad." "For him," I replied. "He looks desperate," Daniel said. "Not angry. Desperate." "That happens when control disappears," I answered. He watched me carefully. "You're calm." "I'm finished," I said. That evening, my phone buzzed with an unknown number. "Ivy," Ethan said quickly. "Please don't hang up." I didn't respond. "I made mistakes," he rushed on. "I need time. I need help." Silence stayed between us. "You're the only one who understands me," he said. "That was never true," I replied. "I can fix this," he insisted. "You already broke it," I said. "I'm scared," he admitted. "That's not my responsibility," I replied. He whispered my name. I ended the call. Across town, Luna wasn't doing better. "I trusted you," Grace Miller said loudly in a cafe, her voice carrying. I recognized Grace's voice from years ago. "You lied to me," Grace continued. "You said it was love." "I didn't plan for this," Luna replied, brittle. "You planned enough," Grace snapped. "You watched her suffer." "She moved on," Luna said weakly. "That doesn't erase guilt," Grace said. "I lost everything," Luna whispered. "You borrowed what wasn't yours," Grace replied. "It always comes due." I heard this later secondhand. I didn't attend. I didn't watch. I didn't ask. At work, Sophia closed her office door. "You stayed clean," she said. I stayed silent, I replied. Same thing, she said. Sometimes better. That night, my mother called. I heard Luna quit. I hope she rests, I said. You're very composed, my mother noted. I chose not to speak, I replied. Does that feel strange? She asked. No, I said. It feels final. Days passed. Ethan stopped calling. Luna stopped appearing. Their names faded from conversations. Not dramatically. Naturally. I stood by my window one night, city quiet below. I didn't push, I said aloud. I didn't warn. I didn't interfere. I remembered begging once. Never again. Karma didn't need my voice. It used theirs. Desperate words. Broken explanations. Falling reputations. I kept my hands clean and my mouth closed. That was the difference. I didn't win by destroying them. I won by refusing to save them. Silence became my answer. Distance became my justice. I poured water into a glass and drank slowly. Balance restored. I whispered. Not with fire. Not with cruelty. With truth arriving on its own time. I turned off the light and walked away from the window. Tomorrow waited. And for once, it waited only for me. The knock was light but insistent. Ivy. Ethan's voice came from the door. I didn't answer immediately. I need to talk, he said again. Please. I opened the door just enough to see him. You're here. Yes, he said, shifting uneasily. I owe you this. You owe me nothing, I said. I do, he whispered. I've made mistakes, huge ones. And I. You admit that, I interrupted. That's your first step. I betrayed you, he said quickly. Repeatedly. I lied. I chose someone else over you. I know, I replied. My voice was even calm. You don't have to list them all. I hurt you, he said, looking down. I can't imagine how much. I thought I loved you. You thought, I said softly. That's past tense, Ethan. He flinched. I regret it every day. I don't doubt that, I said. But regret doesn't erase what happened. I know, he admitted. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. Truly. I studied his face, noticing the weight of his shame. I hear your apology. That's not enough, he said. I wanted to fix things. You can't fix what you broke, I said gently. Not anymore. He hesitated. Do you hate me? I don't, I said. But I'm not the person you knew, and I won't be. He swallowed hard. So, there's no chance? No, I replied calmly. Closure doesn't mean reunion. I understand, he said quietly. I just hoped. Hoped what? I asked. That you'd forgive me fully, he said. I forgive you, I said. But forgiveness isn't permission to return. It's letting go. He nodded, though his eyes betrayed disappointment. I don't deserve this grace, he admitted. You deserve honesty, I replied. Not illusions. He looked at me, searching, as if I might falter. I didn't. I wish I could change everything, he said softly. You can't, I said. We all live with our choices. Ivy, he began, then stopped. I'm done, I said. Done waiting. Done hoping. I won't look back. I understand, he whispered. Truly. I stepped aside. You can leave now. He lingered for a heartbeat, then turned and walked away, quietly, without drama. I closed the door and leaned against it. Forgiveness felt strange. Light, but not soft. I whispered to myself, forgiveness doesn't mean return. I sat down by the window. The city lights blinked below. Closure wasn't applause or reconciliation. It was calm, cold clarity. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I didn't ache. I only let go. And for the first time in years, I felt unburdened. He had spoken. I had listened. And now I could finally move forward untouched. The city skyline looked different from the plane window. You nervous? Daniel asked quietly beside me. A little, I admitted. New city. New job. New life. Sound exciting, he said. You deserve it. I've been telling myself that for years, I replied. He smiled. I know you do, but this time it's real. I hope so, I said. I won't let anyone define me again. You won't, he assured me. My phone buzzed. A message from my mother. I'm so proud of you. I typed back. Thank you, Mom. Her pride warmed me, a quiet fire in my chest. At orientation, Sophia greeted me with her usual sharpness. Ready to prove yourself? She asked. I've been ready, I said. Just didn't know it. She studied me, then nodded. Good answer. During the first meeting, I noticed the difference. People listened.
Not because of my past.
Not because of pity. Ivy, what do you think? My new manager asked. I spoke clearly, confidently, without hesitation. That's why we brought you here, he said. I smiled lightly. Not arrogance, just acknowledgement. Later, Daniel texted, dinner tonight? Yes, I replied. At home, my mother's call came again. How was your first day? She asked.
Busy, I said.
But promising. I'm proud, she repeated. You've become someone strong. I've had help, I said. But the rest, I chose myself. She laughed softly. It suits you. In the evening, Daniel and I walked along the river. The city lights reflected on the water. You seem lighter, he said. I am, I replied. I'm not bitter. I'm not cruel. Just strong. He nodded. That's rare. I worked for it, I said. No one handed it to me. Would you have changed anything? He asked. I thought about Ethan, Luna, the heartbreak, the humiliation, the silence I embraced. No, I said. All of it shaped me, but none of it defines me anymore. Good, he said softly. We walked quietly for a moment. Do you ever look back? He asked. Sometimes, I admitted. Not to linger. Just to remember how far I've come. He smiled. Then keep going forward. I will, I said. That night, I sat by my window, city lights dancing on the glass. I thought of the girl who cried alone, who begged, who trusted blindly. I didn't mourn her. I respected her. She led me here. I chose myself this time. I whispered. No fear, no regret. Just calm certainty. I didn't need anyone to approve.
I didn't need anyone to save me.
I had become my own anchor. And that strength, steady, quiet, unstoppable, was mine alone. The past whispered faintly, but it no longer shaped me. I was whole. I was free. I was ready that I noticed him first across the lobby of the conference center. Ethan looked smaller than I remembered, hunched over his phone, suit slightly wrinkled. Is he alone? Daniel asked softly beside me. Yes, I said. And that's all that matters. He looked up briefly, scanning the room. Our eyes didn't meet. Ivy, someone whispered behind me. Is that him? I turned my head slightly, keeping my posture straight. Yes. Daniel glanced at me. Do you want to approach? No, I said. I don't need to. He laughed quietly with a colleague, but it sounded forced. She's watching, Daniel murmured. I didn't react. I observed. That was enough. His face fell when he saw Luna rush by, whispering into his ear. She looked frantic, nervous. You notice? Daniel asked. Yes, I replied. He's unsettled. She's unsettled. But it's not mine to fix. He straightened, taking a deep breath, trying to mask something. Anxiety. Frustration. Regret, maybe. A few people glanced in my direction. I smiled faintly. Not arrogance, not triumph. Just peace. Do you feel happy? Daniel asked carefully. No, I said. I feel calm. That was different from the restless tension I used to carry. I watched him check his phone again, staring at the screen as if answers could appear there. She's gone, I whispered. Ivy's gone from his life entirely. He looks lost, Daniel said. He is, I said. But that's not my problem anymore. The crowd shifted. Ethan's hands trembled slightly when Luna gestured sharply at him. No one is coming to save him, I murmured. Daniel placed a hand lightly on my shoulder. And no one will ever shake your peace. I nodded. Exactly. I remembered the nights I had cried, the shaking, the whispered pleas to the ceiling. I remembered the anger, the humiliation, the constant ache. Now I remembered none of that with pain. Only clarity. He straightened again, trying to look confident, but the tension remained. That's all I needed to see, I said quietly. See what? Daniel asked. That he can't reach me, I replied. You're untouchable, he said, smiling. I exhaled slowly, feeling the weight of years lift. No revenge. No loud declarations. No confrontations. Just observation. Just quiet. And it was enough. Ethan's world spun, small and confined, stuck in patterns he couldn't change. I didn't gloat. I didn't feel superiority. I felt freedom. I felt peace. I whispered to myself as we walked away, past the crowd, past the echoes of the past. I didn't win because he lost. I won because I found myself. Daniel glanced at me. And you'll keep finding yourself. I will, I said, smiling faintly, far away from everything that tried to hold me down. We exited into the city lights, calm and steady. I didn't look back. The past was behind me.
I didn't chase it.
I didn't curse it. I simply left it. And finally, for the first time, I was whole. I had turned pain into power. I had chosen me, and nothing else mattered.